Hello. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Jada, and the reason I am making this video is because I was formerly a Jehovah's Witness. So I have received so many questions and such, so I just wanted to make a video and give my personal experience and what that meant leaving and such. This is a big deal, mainly because if you do decide to leave, your family and friends that are still Jehovah's Witnesses are instructed to cut off all and any communication with you. So let's get into it. So I decided to style this video as a question and answer only because I have gotten so many questions over the years that I've been out. So I thought it'd just be easier to address them in a video, especially since a lot of the questions are repeat questions. So I have the questions right here. The first question that I guess received the most was, why did you leave? I'd been questioning a lot of things and had a lot of doubts for a few years, but I always just trusted that, somebody else did the research, so I didn't have to. And I just kind of trusted whatever they said on stage without really doing any fact checking or anything like that. But specifically in I'd say about mid 2019, well, early to mid 2019, I did find out I was pregnant. Being pregnant put all of these questions and concerns that I had to the forefront of my mind because I am no longer in this religion just for myself. Being in and being a Jehovah's Witness, you are expected to bring your children to the meetings and have them watch videos and study with them weekly, do a lot of personal studying with them with all of the publications that Watchtower produces. So I was like, I need to figure this out. I need to get to the bottom of these questions. I need to not just trust that somebody else did the research, but do that research myself. So, in hopes that I could give my daughter all of the answers, I really dug deep and decided to start fact checking everything that I had learned. And after all the fact checking, I really came to the conclusion that this whole organization, truly is just operated off of the opinions of 8 old men that live in New York. And our beliefs are in fact not the truth, as we call it, but simply just a possibility. So I found that we were actually no different than any of the other religions out there, and we were not, as they called it, the one true religion, with other religions being referred to as false religions. And I'd have to say that this realization was truly shattering for me. It really changed my whole perspective and outlook on life going forward. And I'd say at the end of the day, this realization that I had was truthfully, bottom line, the reason that I left and decided to raise my daughter differently. And I'd say my fight or flight kicked in and I took flight. The second question I had is, what are some misconceptions on why you left? I'd say one of the biggest misconceptions that I heard go around was that due to my husband's lack of spirituality and his lack of closeness with God, I guess that was the cause for me to pull away, resulting in my exit. And I am here to confirm that that is not true. I really do have my own opinions and my own feelings and my own brain. But I'd say, he didn't influence my decision either way. Rather, he was more relieved when I decided not to go, but he would have he only went because I went at the end of the day. So whenever I decided to leave, he was cool with it, and there was a sense of relief coming from him. Another misconception that I heard was that I left out of spite. So there are so many reasons why that is just simply untrue. I was born and raised in this religion. I have built so many friendships, some of which going back to childhood. I had a lot of family in. One of my closest family members I considered my best friend. I lost all of those. So I'd say if you truthfully think that I did leave out of spite, that that is extremely self-centered and it's just simply untrue. Another question that I got is, do you regret leaving? No, I do not. I've really come into my own. I truthfully can say I've done things that I've never done. I've established so many like true friendships, and not to mention, since leaving, I had connected with XJWs, and I guess we call it XJWs, but I've connected with other ex Jehovah's Witnesses all over the world. And one of which is I consider one of my closest friends. She lives like across the country, but we talk pretty much every day. There are absolutely no regrets, and I really am happy that I can share in festivities with my coworkers, with family, friends. It's been an awesome, awesome, awesome thing leaving, and something that I will never regret. So another question is, what advice can you give to someone who is contemplating leaving? And I'd like to say to that question, go at your own pace. No two situations are the same. I know some of you guys are extremely dependent on Jehovah's Witness family members, and by you leaving can cost you a roof over your head. So when you are thinking of leaving, keep all of these factors in mind and just really go at your own pace and set out a plan. Really try to make the most of your current situation and just really develop and build up a plan so that you can eventually leave and be okay. If you are able to leave in a similar fashion as me, just know that it's not easy. It really isn't. And really be sure to have as much support available to you as possible. Like, I would also recommend, thinking about maybe seeing a therapist. I did that, and I'd say that it was 100% worth it. So there's that. Being ostracized by an entire community is just so unnatural. So the effects of that can be like quite gnarly. So that's why I say have as much support as possible. Well, that is all for me, so thank you so much for listening, and I hope that you found this video somewhat helpful. I'm not sure if I will continue making videos like this in the future, but if I do decide to do so, feel free to subscribe and comment below or send me a message if you have any questions. Good luck out there.